Not gonna lie, I love and hate this video. I told my wife before I started filming that my music career did not necessarily fail, but it also didn't succeed either. So this is what that video is about. I just want to be clear before I begin that I don't like using the word failure in regard to my music career, because I believe that everything that I have done so far does give context to where I am now and where I plan to go. And the real failure of any art career, not just in the music sector, comes when you stop trying, when you stop pivoting and stop trying new things. So you'll see that my career has had many peaks and valleys, and I did reach that crossroads where I had to decide if being a music producer was the career path for me. But that's getting ahead of myself. Let's rewind the clock and see what led me to my failing point. In 2018, I graduated from my DIY apprenticeship, and within a couple months, I got a job as a junior engineer at a recording studio in New York. And then just a couple months after that, I got my first engineering residency and started dipping my toes in the freelancing kiddie pool. I worked for any studio that gave me the call. And I also started a recording business of my own in my bedroom where I would record people and their projects for discounted rates. I made a lot of money in 2018 as a freelance engineer. No cap, that is the most money I have made to this point doing audio, but it was a lot of work and high effort for little returns. In 2019, I got really sick, so sick that I had to stop taking professional audio studio jobs and I had to buckle down on my health. So in 2019, I came to terms with being disabled. I started recording clients at home more and more, and I started a podcast during this time, and that all helped me get back on my feet after my health crisis, just in time for 2020 when the world was thrown into chaos. My freelance engineering career felt like it ended before it even started. All recording studios in New York City shut down temporarily because of the panorama, and I was forced to take my first really hard look at what I wanted from my career. And even more important, I took a really close look at what was going on in the market. The markets changed immensely in 2020, and through a lot of introspection, I realized that I didn't want to be recording other people for the rest of my life. I needed to pivot, and this time it was from being a technician to being a business owner. In 2021, I opened and built my first commercial recording studio. Executing the studio build felt like blossoming. My first studio was absolutely immaculate. And because I freelanced in and out of recording studios all over New York City, I got a front row seat watching every studio business have the same business model that required so much effort to pull off, and everyone was metaphorically zigging. And when it was my turn, I zagged hard, and I created a business plan that had the studio paying for itself without me even being in the room. I did the thing. I was making money. I was owning gear. I built the studio by the time I was 26, and I hacked the method to make the studio business model work anywhere in the world. I felt like POTUS in my New York City network. Engineers started asking me for advice about their businesses all the time. And that's part of why I am making these videos now. Then in February of 2022, I was electrocuted in my apartment, and it was over for me. The 24/7 hustle caught up to me, and my disabled body could not continue with the New York City pace any longer. And I had to move out of the city and sell my studio before I even had the chance to watch her soar. I'm not done with the studio game yet. It's just on pause till it's time for me to build Studio 2. And then you guys can watch me recreate the magic. If you've liked this video so far, please like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell icon to watch my next video. My final huge leap was moving out of New York City in 2022. I got married, I got an apartment in the burbs with my wife, and I'm focusing on actualizing myself and my body to the highest degree. On the music front, once I left New York City, I stopped everything. I stopped making beats, I stopped recording clients, And for the past year, I've been hermited away, writing every single day and thinking a lot about where it all went wrong for me. How I went from making almost $4K a month as a music producer to making nothing. This is where I started feeling like a failure. I want to share with you the 4 points that really broke my success, and maybe it can inspire you to think bigger about your music career. Number 1, wasn't investing time and money in passive income streams. This one is what's biting me in the ass 5 years later. If you're a young audio professional, I highly recommend thinking heavy about starting your career with a passive income stream. I'm going to do a more comprehensive video about why passive income is important, but hopefully you can see from the trajectory of my career, not one time was I able to build a passive income stream and hold it down. I should have been thinking harder about how to make the producer path work for me without it costing me all of my time and effort. Don't sleep on passive income, guys, for real. Number 2, I moved away from the location I was building my business. Big career ender. Like, I really don't even think I need to explain that too much. If you're building your career IRL and you move outside of that bubble, it's time to go back to the drawing board. Number 3, I didn't have a clear goal for myself or my career. I just knew I wanted to be a music producer. When do you reach that pinnacle? When is it that you are a music producer? I should have thought way more about the way I wanted to succeed before just going gung-ho, flying by the seat of my pants and taking every opportunity that was offered to me. That was a recipe for burnout, and I broke my legs working a billion hours on projects that did not move my needle forward. I needed to think bigger, and I say that in almost every single video, but I've noticed music producers in the IRL scene and in the online scene think very small. The main questions are,
how do I sell more beats? How do I record more clients?
Beats and clients aren't enough, at least not for me, and any big shot producer out there will likely agree with me. Beats are a stepping stone. I definitely think there's merit in building a beat store for sure, but do you really want to make beats forever? And what comes after the beats? What comes after I record every underground artist in New York City and I become the best engineer I can be, and it's not enough for me? Because that's what happened to me, and that's what I really needed to hash out before I started. I am one hungry motherfucker, and settling for existential dread over dropping a beat every single day is just not it for me. It is not it, and it can be enough for you, but I personally need more. Number 4, I never hacked working from home and sitting at my desk, and this is a big one. A lot of people think being a producer is glamorous, but frankly, it is you sitting in your room for hours, coming up with shit out of thin air and trying to make a career out of it. It isn't always glamorous, and had I focused more on figuring out how to hack myself and how to hack the creative process, I probably would have hacked the career sooner. I really want big parts of this channel to talk about how I am hacking myself into being a more effective and productive engineer, producer, whatever you want to call me. They say if you know yourself, you can play yourself, and I'm gonna make a lot of videos about playing yourself in the future. So let me know in the comments how you're hacking yourself for productivity these days, and maybe I'll test out one of your methods in a future video. I really want to point out that while these were the weaknesses to my DIY approach, I had so many strengths that set me apart from pretty much every other audio engineer in my network. And that brought me a lot of success while I was playing the studio game. My strengths gave me the success even when every obstacle was put in my way. It was the pandemic. I didn't have a job. I'm disabled and I'm queer and I'm assigned female at birth. The truth is, I make space for myself by owning the qualities that make me a fucking powerhouse. The qualities that helped me achieve the feats that I did during my career were, I know how and when to pivot. Pivoting as a freelancer is an essential skill. If you're trying to become an audio engineer, you're about to become a freelancer. Jobs in audio are all freelance, even on the corporate level. So think about that for a second. If audio engineers are freelancers and freelancers create their own career path, then a career in audio is always made up as we go. Brilliant if you are a self-starter and a try-hard. This is a perfect storm for you, but freelancing is sometimes financially volatile, so pivoting is a huge asset when income is always fluctuating. Maybe I'll make a video about freelancing too. Number 2, I am a great listener. My clients will tell you that a session with me is unlike any session they've ever had before. And here's my secret. When a client pays for my time truly becomes their time. Recording engineers, we are forced to book as many clients as possible, which can easily turn your business into a revolving door, and it's a steady slope to your sessions feeling shallow and transactional. And you do not want your clients to feel like they're just another way for you to make $1. That is bad business, and most engineers are making the mistake. The one big complaint I hear about other engineers from my clients are they only care about themselves and they don't care about me or my music to the degree I wish they would. What most engineers and producers don't understand is that when people come to your studio to record, they usually aren't there to build a real career in music. What I found is that most studio clients don't know anything about the business of a music career, but they are trying to tell their stories through music. And guess what? For most of their life, no one has helped them tell their stories. It's a harsh reality that we live in a world where no one will tell our story unless we do. And that's why I do what I do. And let me give you the thing beneath the thing. Yes, my job is to push record, but the deeper thing I do is I give artists the platform to showcase their life. And what I'm really producing is an avenue for artists to leave their legacy. And having the sensitivity to truly listen to an artist behind the scenes and support them in telling their stories is a superpower. And it may be my best quality. Just kidding. My favorite quality is that I am one tenacious bitch, and I am a try-hard, and I am not ashamed about it one bit. I will try so fucking hard. If I say I'm going to build a studio, I'm going to do the most to deliver the right studio to my target customer. Even if it means I'm homeless and hungry, at least I got what I came for. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do that shit with all of my heart and then some, which is why I know that my music career hasn't failed. Because if I say that I'm not done here yet, that means that I'm only just getting started. Recommitting to my career as a producer has me thinking about every aspect of my business, every aspect. And I think I came up with a clearer map as to what a full-time producer career will look like for me. A link to that video is going to be found here somewhere. My goal is very easy. Pretty much 2 things. I want to make a full-time income and I don't want to burn out. I want to love what I'm doing, and it should be simple enough. I'm dedicating to the next 3 years of my life to achieving this reality, and I know that if I put my mind to it, I'll accomplish all of my dreams and then some, because I will never stop trying and pivoting, and I'll just keep learning until my goals are in the palm of my hand. And I really hope that if you're at a crossroads, that you keep trying too, because the road to success is paved with failures. The people who really succeed, the most successful people in this industry, are the ones who have failed the most, but they pick themselves up and keep pushing. So thank you guys for watching. Big love. Peace.